I'm going to start by asking you to introduce your name and the title of your talk.
Hi everyone, I'm Mahir, and my title of my talk is Writing for the Real World Should Start in Schools.
Awesome.
Hi, I'm Mia, and I'll be talking about how we should have youth representation in Parliament.
Hi everyone, I'm Izu, and I'll be talking about forging a better future.
Interesting. Okay. So as I said, they'll have 90 seconds. When the 90 seconds is up, they'll be rocketed off the stage and we'll never see them again. So, joking, that won't happen. Let's jump into it. And as always, please give them a big round of applause at the end of their 90 seconds. All right.
I hated writing. So much so that my mom did something she would never do before. She paid for an app just to teach me how to form sentences, which I never opened. Sorry, I will pay you back, Mom. But something changed. I left the walls of high school and I started writing for the real world. And I really liked it. I mean, somehow, in the past 8 months, I went from being bullied to public speaking, failing creative writing to starting a blog, volunteering with Channel 7 and the City of Sydney Council, writing this very speech, which I only share with you because writing for these opportunities had one extra thing in common, which your high school English essays don't. And it's not that I'm just telling stories, but selling them without the use of ChatGPT. This allowed for a greater connection, a deeper connection by writing for my audience and showing my skills through transforming everyday experiences into captivating stories that hold attention and drive action. The problem is, though, right now, secondary schools, students are struggling with writing, with 3 in 4 students using AI for their schoolwork. Now, don't get me wrong, it kills their storytelling potential, but AI is an incredible tool. In fact, last night I asked ChatGPT what it thought writing for the real world meant, and it told me this. It told me it focuses on creating content focusing on real-life experiences, challenges, and solutions. The ironic part, real-life experiences, it can never give you that. Only you can. As much as we like to use AI for writing, using it as a tool in our back pocket is to enhance your work is where I think the magic happens, as only you can sell your authentic stories. Because remember, ChatGPT can never replace the way you write a birthday card to your mom or your dad. Thank you.
Awesome.
Youth, the leaders of tomorrow and the visionaries of today. Our world is rapidly changing, being faced with issues and challenges that previous generations could not even imagine. To overcome these challenges, we need fresh perspectives from brilliant minds. Who better to contribute to these solutions than the very generation that will inherit the future? Australian young people have such incredible ideas and opportunities that deserve to be heard in positions of parliament. Youth should have the opportunity to apply for and be selected as a voice of youth in parliament. To avoid disrupting their education, this opportunity would be available to postgraduate students up to 21 years of age. Australian young people have an infectious energy and sense of creativity, which is able to be applied to issues that youth are the primary focus of, like education and climate change. We understand the challenges and opportunities that come with growing up in the 21st century and have so many ideas on how to shape a better future. Our parents are constantly reminding us how things aren't like they were back in my day. And they are right. So many things have changed since the last century. So it is time that these changes are reflected in Parliament. We are the voices of the future, so it is time that there is a control shift in positions of power. Youth, the leaders of tomorrow.
Very good.
I was working at event cinemas during the Black Summer bushfires. My co-workers received a text to evacuate their homes at once. Because this happened with people 2 suburbs away from me, I fear that we are the generation who loses friends and family to climate change. So my friends and I gathered in the living room to write letters to MPs. We wanted to elevate the conversation on climate to a level that all politicians cannot ignore. We've since grown into a community of 200 people called Climate Writers who meet every month. Here's what I've learned from writing over 400 personalised emails to MPs. Number 1, you can push for policy wins. Emails have led to meetings, have led to successes, like the legislation of our federal emissions reductions target and the banning of native forest logging in Victoria. Number 2, you can amplify marginalised voices. My friend met with his Liverpool counsellor to talk about things specific to his community. Things like the urban heat island effect, whereby Western Sydney faces higher temperatures because it's further away from the coast, and things like having multicultural communications during climate disasters. Thirdly, you can transform climate anxiety into hope. What I realised is that by sharing stories and writing letters together, I was no longer trapped in that bubble of doom and gloom, but felt inspired by people from climate writers. Our parliament isn't diverse, so it's important to go beyond voting to actually telling politicians about our hopes and lived experiences to forge a better future.
Well, if anyone is from Parliament here, please find these people and hire them all. They're amazing. As you can see, our job is really, really hard. We get pictures like this all the time. They're incredible, and they're often the starting point for a talk. So many students here today, if you have your own idea, write it down, write 90 seconds as a starting point. And you can also head to the University of Sydney area in the courtyard at lunch and pitch your idea for the future to win a prize from USyd. Let's give these guys another round of applause. Thank you.